Hello. Yes, Pika. It's time for the show. I know. Pika's just very excited. I got him a present. Here, I'll show you. Oh, his old friend. I was going to trick him out to be Plaid Palpatine, but that's going to take too much effort. Seriously. So enjoy, Pikachu. He's shocking. He gets a little charge out of Palpatine here. Hi, everyone. Welcome back. It's time once again for the golden age of DC Comics, 365 days, where I take this beloved hardcover coffee table book given to me about 2 decades ago by one of my best friends. This has been surfing my coffee table ever since and has been a constant source of comic book shop style conversations, the kind I wish to recreate today, right now, with you. Yes, you are the most important part of our show. You really are. So pull up a chair to the coffee table. Grab a cuppa, your favorite. I got some Guatemalan Huehuetanago. Delicious. I'm going to wet my whistle because we're going to talk about comic books. We're using this book for its intended purpose. It's a 365 days book. So we're going to open up to today's date, which is October the 26th. We are going to look at some comic book art of an antediluvian age. We are going to read the blurb, and then we're going to talk about comic books. And we're going to talk about comic books every day for the rest of the year. We really are. I'm going to Liberty Bell Comics. Yeah. We are going to be talking about Golden Age superheroes. Yeah, because the Golden Age of DC Comics runs between 1938 and 1955. The Silver Age between 1956 and 1970. The Bronze Age, I'm a Bronze Age baby myself, runs between 1970 and 1985. And the Copper Age begins in 1985. I get these standards and definitions from the glossary of the latest edition of the Overstreet Comic Book Price Guide. Great resource for any comic book fan. Also, I'm always going to suggest these two books. If you're a noob to a veteran and you don't have these two in your collection, stop, drop, and giggle. I got links in the description to all of these books so you can get your own copies. Heck, get a used copy. I mean, my buddy James the Ginger Ninja Harris did. He got a used copy of Understanding Comics. I'm going to pick his mind to see how he feels about his purchase and my suggestion. But yeah, I mean, these are great because as a comic book goes, we're looking at an artifact. We're at the outside looking in, and looking at these panels. And this gives us the story of story. This gives us art history, a crash course in art history, the importance of sequential art, and about storytelling values, and about different types of drawing, from, say, the photorealistic to the cartoon, and this grand spectrum of what is in our comic books is great. This is invaluable. And this, How to Draw Comics the Marvel Way, it gives us form and function. What works as a dynamic image. Where's the best position and the weakest position, to our eyes. And also perspective. We need to keep our perspective. We know a bad drawing when we see it, and this is a great resource. I would totally and highly suggest anyone picking up any of these. And this is a 2004 Abrams publication. It's written and curated by Chip Kidd, Les Daniels, and Jeff Spear. Like I said, there's a link in the description to the Amazon pages. I gave this book a second chance, a second life, maybe like a third life. It's like I said, it's 2 decades old. It's wearing and tearing. I've been using this all year. Heck, if you've been tuned in, I would go wah ba 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 ba. And poor book. What are you hitting the book for? You bully? I know. But yeah, let's get to it. I hope you're having an awesome day. I hope you are clobbering your challenges and not being clobbered by them. Over and out. Indeed. A good use for business cards. I use them as a bookmark. It's cool. Oh, cool. Yes, it's Liberty Bell. And we kind of talked about her daughter a little while ago, the Jessie Quick. She's part of the Flash family. But it's October the 26th, and this is story by Don Cameron, art by Chuck Winter, and this is from Boy Commandos #1, Winter 1942-1943. So we're in World War II. This is patriotic, and this has got it's got an American plane, or a British plane perhaps, downing a German plane, and then there's soldiers in the background, and the American flag, and our heroine, this beautiful blonde woman, holding aloft the American flag, and she's wearing pants. She's wearing pants, ladies and gentlemen. Liberty Bell, yes, Libby Lawrence. And let's read the blurb. All right. Quote, "For freedom, for justice, for America, we give you Liberty Bell." Dun, dun, dun. In the dark days of World War II, comic book creators sometimes seem to confuse current events with commercially contrived characters, but those were less cynical times. In any case, Liberty Bell was so closely connected to the conflict that she could not long survive its conclusion. A historic bell murmurs a note that pealed wildly in the ears of America's first patriots, and in the dauntless heart of an all-American girl rings a stirring echo that presages disaster for the enemies of democracy. Bum, bum, bum. Holy jingoistic propaganda, Batman. But yeah, check out that art. I mean, that's Liberty Bell. She also wears a domino mask too, to save her identity. And she will be, she'll hook up with a fellow Justice Society teammate, Johnny Chambers, Johnny Quick. And they'll have a baby together. Jesse Chambers, Jesse Quick. Now, Jesse became Liberty Bell as part of the early 2000s Justice Society of America. Justice Society of America is great. I love it because it shows the generations of heroes. The longer it gets, I mean, we talk about the Golden Age, and that's specific from 1940 to 1948 for that publication, before All American Comics becomes All American Western. Indeed. So who is Libby Lawrence? Let's talk about Libby Lawrence. The first Liberty Bell was Libby Lawrence. Her powers of enhanced speed, strength, and stamina were linked to the ringing of the Liberty Bell in Philadelphia. In her mystery woman career, she had an arrangement with Tom Revere, a guard at the Liberty Bell. When she signaled him, he would ring the bell for her and trigger her powers. Wow, that's so cool. In her later years, after decades of super strength, many began to theorize about the nature of her powers. Some believed the sonic vibrations of the bell triggered a metahuman gene, and some believed that it was mystical because Libby is connected to the power of the spirit of America. Like the heroes Uncle Sam and General Glory, most of Liberty Bell's heroic exploits took place during the Second World War, and she was one of the founding members and later chairwoman of the All-Star Squadron. The All-Star Squadron debuted in Justice League of America number 193, created by Roy Thomas, Rich Buckler, and Jerry Ordway, and the team was introduced in the 80s. But all of those adventures took place in World War II, in the Golden Age, on Earth 2, as that was like the wartime squad. The All-Star Squadron was like FDR's approved Justice Society of America. So all the heroes were in the All-Star Squadron, especially the Charlton heroes and the Fawcett heroes that get absorbed into the DC universe, especially after the first crisis, because there was no more Earth Fawcett, no more Earth Shazam, no more Earth Charlton. It was just now you have Black Condor and the Ray hanging out with Hawkman and Liberty Bell, and Plastic Man's in there too, and yeah. But I think All-Star Squadron was great because that was a comic when I was a kid, and I got. One of my favorite comics was spun out of All-Star Squadron, because it was set on Earth 2, and you knew what Earth 2 was, and it was called Infinity Incorporated, And Infinity Incorporated were the sons and daughters and nephews and sidekicks, a little grown up, of these first generation superheroes. So it was a second generation. So it was kind of like X-Men and New Teen Titans. It was a squad of young superheroes with familiar outfits and familiar powers, but they had their own story to say, and it was great. There were new characters: Obsidian, Jade, Nucleon, Silver Scarab. Just like, this is great. I mean, Fury, Wonder Woman and Steve Trevor's daughter, and that story too will fall into Sandman, Neil Gaiman's Sandman. Oh, the life of a superhero comic book fan, huh? We get so many of these stories. I'm reading this from the wiki, just to let you know, all right? So this character, Libby Lawrence, the original Liberty Bell, debuted in Boy Commandos #1, what we just saw today. Her second appearance was in Boy Commandos #2, and then the character thereafter appeared in Star Spangled Comics, and I think that was Star Spangled Kid and Stripesies. That was their magazine. And she was there from 1943 until 1947. And then in 1981, DC published issue 1 of All-Star Squadron, a book whose first story appeared as an insert in Justice League of America 193. And he chose to include Liberty Bell in this World War II comic. To his own words, play down the Earth 2 heroes who would have counterparts on Earth 1 in favor of other quite promising characters who have been ignored or underplayed. Roy Thomas also said that Liberty Bell was chosen to stand in for Wonder Woman. Nice. All-Star Squadron lasted 67 issues, the last being published in 1987. Roy Thomas took some liberties with Liberty Bell's Golden Age continuity by having her retroactively marry Johnny Quick in 1942. And therefore, baby Jessie would come out of that union. And but Jessie Chambers was her daughter. So Jessie had her own power set, and she took her mother's identity for a while. So Jesse's had two distinct modern superhero identities. One being Liberty Bell, but her primary one being Jessie Quick, the kind of a lady Flash. She's one of the Flashes. And so she's come into her own as Jessie Quick and would rather be, part of the Flash family. But as Liberty Bell, she also married Rick Tyler, the second Hour Man, and it was nice to see like this family unit in the Justice Society of America. These were great comic books. They had elders such as Alan Scott, Ted Grant, the Wildcat, Jay Garrick, the Flash, and then you had, 30-something adults such as Jesse and Rick, and dealing with their stuff, and then you had heroes under them too in age, like teenagers, like Jakeem Thunder and Cyclone, and just Stargirl, and you have this 3 generations of superheroes, and you have mentor relationships and family building, and Justice Society and All-Star Squadron, some of my favorites. And thank you so much for tuning in today. We've been talking about comic books, haven't we? And we're going to talk about comic books every day for the rest of the year. That's right. Tune in tomorrow, 3 p.m. U.S. Eastern, and we'll find out who we're talking about when we turn the page tomorrow. Please like and subscribe. I would love to earn your subscription. If you came here through Wes's Thinking Critical, thank you so much. Yeah, give me a subscribe. We talk about comic books every day, not just on Saturdays. I learned a lot from Wes and his panel, and I'm so blessed to be part of that action. And many thanks to anyone who has found this station through Wes. Mention Doc, and you will get half off of your next bowl of soup. Cheers. God bless you. Namaste. Good luck, and we will see you again tomorrow in those funny pages. Ciao. Bye-bye.